good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is 18 November 2025, Tuesday class. So we will be continuing our sharing from this book, the wonderful Dhamma Lotus Flower Sutra. Okay, as usual, let us gather and we shall have our physical puja. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛。南无药师佛。南无药师佛。南无药师佛。南无准提菩萨。南无准提菩萨。南无准提菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无文殊菩萨。南无文殊菩萨。南无文殊菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨。อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวะพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสุขะโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนะมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะดังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิปานาติปาตาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิอาทินาทานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิจฉาจาระเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยามัจจาปมาดัฏฐานะเวรมณีสิกขาปะทังสมาธิยามิกันนาสารปะติเทนะดิเพนะตมาดังสีนะติโลกาดิปังสัมบุตัง Pujayami Tamonudang Ganda Sambara Yutena Dopena Hang Sukang Hina Pujaye Pujaniyang Tang Puja Bhajana Mutamang Vanna Ganda Kuno Petang Etang Kusuma Santatin Pujayami Monindasa Siri Pada Sarorohe Pujemi Bedang Kusumena Nena Punnena Matena Cha Hotu Mokhang Pupang Milayati Yata Idang Me Kayo Tata Yati Vinasa Bawang Adivase Tuno Bante Paniyang Parika Pitang Anu Kampang Upadaya Patigan Hatu Mutamang Adivase Tuno Bante Pali Parika Pitang Anu Kampang Upadaya Patigan Hatu Mutamang Adivase Tuno Bante Bojanang Parika Pitang Anu Kampang Upadaya Patigan Hatu Mutamang. Okay, now we shall chant the Puja aspiration based on our understanding of the significance of all these Puja offerings. Significance of offering of light. May this offering of light to the Buddha brings forth the causes and conditions to illuminate our mind and help arise the needed clarity and understanding to dispel all darkness or ignorance therein. Significance of offering of water. May this offering of pure, clear, cool water lead us to the pure, clear Dhamma that cools and doses off the fires of all defilements within our mind. Significance of offering of incense. May our may our morality, virtue and understanding shine forth far and wide, just like the fragrance of this incense, which we are offering to the Blessed One, who is perfect in wisdom and virtue. Significance of offering of fruits. May this offering of fruits remind us of the Dana Parami of generosity and the fruit of our karma, so that we will diligently strive on with heedfulness to attain the path and fruition soon as possible. Significance of offering of flowers. May this constant offering of flowers to the Blessed One strengthen our faith and constantly remind us of the impermanence of this body, so that we will diligently and sincerely strive on to cultivate Sila, Samadhi and Panya, leading to ultimate liberation, the born-free Nibbana. Making of overall aspiration. By the power of all these merits born of these offerings, may our spiritual faculties of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi and Panya be further strengthened until they become balas or power. Sharing and transfer of merits to all beings. May these merits be shared and transferred to all beings without exception, especially to those who have the condition and affinity to receive them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let's pay respect to Puja. Padang Pujayami. Dhammang Pujayami. Sanghang Pujayami. So this awareness-based meditation is very useful and very important. Like I always explained, to develop the meditative mind, you need to train your mind to have this inner awareness. So awareness-based meditation is basically to train our mind to develop this inner awareness so that we have this meditative mind to do the meditation. Without this meditative mind of inner awareness, you cannot stabilize it to be ever mindful. Then you cannot use it to meditate. So according to Lord Buddha, the definition of heedfulness is already very clear. Without heedfulness, you are heedless. The heedless are as if dead, which means you don't stand a chance to develop the spiritual understanding leading to enlightenment. Whereas if you train your mind to develop this inner awareness, stabilize it so that it's ever mindful, then you sit to meditate. Then you develop the meditative mind, which is in the state of heedfulness. And according to the Buddha, Dhammapada verse 21, heedfulness is the path to the deathless. The heedful never die. Which means the moment you can be heedful throughout the day, most of the time, you are destined for enlightenment. That's why heedfulness is very important. And as I explained before, there are many ways to train your mind to develop the mindfulness, the awareness, leading to the stability of inner awareness, so that you are most of the time not only aware, ever mindful. Okay, with this I think I will let you meditate on your own. Like I explained, have a good daily religious routine and incorporate the puja activity, pre-puja, post-puja, then meditate, then develop the training of the mind via your daily religious routine. Whenever you perform your puja, your meditation, your daily activity, you determine to be mindful. Walking, aware. Standing, aware. Lying down, aware. Sitting, aware. The four posture. And all the intermediate movement between the four posture, because we need to transit from each posture to another. Then the in-between movement are very important. That's why in the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha called it Sati Sampajana, mindfulness and clear comprehension of all action, all movement within the present moment. That's why the sutta is explained in such a way. The Buddha described it very nicely, concisely. Standing away, looking forward away, bending, turning, stretching away. Then putting on whatever clothing. For the monk is the shoulder cloth, the 3-piece or 4-piece. Away. Everything you do away. Your physical activity, the hand movement, bodily activity. All these are important training. Because without awareness, you cannot decondition your heedless thinking. You cannot develop stability of mindfulness. So the best way to train is to anchor your mind to one of the four foundations. And the first foundation, which is Kayanupassana, is most important. That's why this daily mindfulness is a must. So we need to do that. But we need to train to stabilize it while doing the formal meditation. That's why this half an hour of formal meditation, which is awareness-based meditation, you train and stabilize it because you are in a formal meditation. You don't need to do anything. You just relax, maintain awareness, stabilize the awareness. These first three support good enough. Then when you have succeeded in stabilizing the inner awareness, then you can move on to the fourth support, which is trust. Then silence everything, stay at the heart area, and let the nature develop the meditative movement. This is what you're supposed to do. So to train your mind to be aware, different people use different method, techniques, and skillful means to develop it, which I have explained. You can try the walking, the bowing, or in between. You can also develop anapanasati or dynamic awareness-based meditation, following the one taught by Long Po Tian, or those who are familiar with the meditation object, you can use them. The meditation object can also be a rising and falling of your abdomen. But silence your mind. Don't go and look for the phenomena. Silence your mind to develop the stability of inner awareness. That's silent and stay at the object of meditation, which can be a rising and falling or anapanasati. Then let it detect the object of meditation so that you are mindful of the object of meditation. Then the instruction will become clear. Breathing in, aware. Breathing out, aware. Just do that. No need to know, just aware. Finish. Then rising and falling also same. You silence your mind, the awareness will pick up the movement. And those who do chanting or whatever, same. You develop the mindfulness of whatever you do. And you can develop at the same time the faith, saddha, virya, the other spiritual faculty. Then sati will stabilize. Then after that, samadhi will kick in. Then with sati and samadhi, you can see things as they are. You develop wisdom. Then when the five spiritual faculties are there, the five mental hindrances cease to be. That's how you decondition your heedless thinking. Your mental hindrance no more means nothing to hinder your mind from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. Then you are naturally aware, mindful. You are naturally within the meditative state. That's why the silent mind is actually your true mind, your meditative mind. When your mind returns to its original state before the thinking, before the arising of the aggregates of mind, that is your true mind. That is your pure awareness nature. That is your primordial nature. So understanding all this can actually let you develop the awareness within very fast and very easily. Okay, now I will set the alarm for 30 minutes and you can continue with your meditative training. You can slowly, mindfully come out of meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. Then develop the stability of daily mindfulness. Whatever you do, aware, even after you come out of the meditation, all your subtle movement and activity, develop mindfulness and awareness, including the way you move your hand, like posture, your blinking of your eye, or whatever, like movement within your facial muscle, everything. Develop awareness of it. Then wherever within your kaya, where you can anchor your sati, be with it. All the very fine movement activity, it will refine your stability of daily mindfulness. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities and Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chiyakawa Lesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhamang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakabokadang Dhamma Sunan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Sunan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Sunan Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti Peso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijja Charana Sampanno Sugato Loka Vidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarti Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanaiko Pachyatang Veditambu Vinohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samicipatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Chatari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Bahuneyo Dakkineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you can be seated, then maintain some attention, then we start. We'll continue from where we stop. I will read on. Those children were foolish and immature and lacking good sense. They were childish. In this context, foolish and immature means that their good roots were shallow, feeble. The merginess of their good roots is expressed by the phrase, they are with scanty virtue and few blessing, because they did not have much virtue or blessing, they were foolish and immature. Means like lacking understanding. That's why they are foolish, without the wisdom and the understanding. And they haven't been through life. They haven't developed the maturity to understand life. So all this points towards their lack of virtue and blessings. To cultivate all the way, if you lack virtue and blessing, means you don't have the good parami, you don't have the wisdom and the understanding. Because true wisdom can only arise when there is pure virtue. Without pure virtue, there can never be wisdom. Okay, then the other part. What is meant by lacking good sense? It means that their inherent nature was covered by false delusion and they lack wisdom. Here, you have to develop the understanding of the meaning. When we talk about our inherent nature, you see, this nature within each and every one of us as a living being, not only human being. We actually have an inner nature. And this inner nature, they call it the inherent nature because originally it was already there. It's like, it's inherent within each and every one of us. But then people don't understand what that word means. Yeah, this nature is not a being. It's not a permanent, unchanging entity where you can hold on to, cling on to, grasp on to and say, this is me, this is I. No. But it is your pure inner awareness nature, or we call it the primordial nature, the original nature. Then from there, all our thought activity, thinking arise, our emotion arise, our mental creation arise. Through what? Through consciousness and the content we input into it. And because of that, most people fail to notice that, and they fail to understand that they have a nature within which is already luminous, pure, beautiful. That nature is tranquil, still, is aware, fully aware within. So this inherent nature, when it is not clouded by deluded thinking, false thinking, mental activity and proliferation, then it is beautiful. It can shine forth. It can see things as they are. It can develop the wisdom and the understanding. It can insight into phenomena, etc. But the trouble with living beings is they lack Dhamma understanding and wisdom. That's why it's most of the time clouded or obscured by what we call your deluded thinking, your false thinking, your emotion, which can be your fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, lamentation, even your violence, your whatever insecurity, fear, phobia, your views, your opinion, your conditioning. These are the things that create unnecessary thought activity and mental activity that cloud our nature. So when you are lost in thought, preoccupied all this emotion, clinging onto the views, opinion, conditioning, you actually restrict yourself. There is no clarity of mind. to understand what is going on in life, because you are lost in thought, preoccupied with all the thinking, the emotion, the fear, the various mind state. That's why you cling on to external instead of going within to realize your true mind, your inherent nature within. So here Hsuan Hua just use a sentence without explaining its deep meaning. So Hsuan Hua says, lack of good sense here means their inherent nature was clouded by false delusion, actually heedless thinking and all those things, emotion like what I described. And because of that, they cannot see things as they are, hence they lack wisdom. Because they have no wisdom, the five abilities they came for. Once the five ability arose, beings have to undergo retribution. They enter this dangerous house, represent going through their karmic retribution, which are fraught with danger. The house was swamped. The house was swarming with noxious creatures, fearful chi and may. This line describes the character or characteristics of the five sharp affliction and the five dull affliction of the three rhymes. The three rhymes are very dangerous, like the house that was fixed with noxious creatures and harmful substance. A great fire broke out and raged on all sides. Means the raging fire is an analogy for the eight kind of first noble truth, suffering. And the four inverted views of the three rhymes, they are the inverted views of mistaking what is not a state of permanent to be a state of permanent. As we move it up. Then the second wrong view is the view of mistaking what is not a state of bliss to be a state of bliss. The third one is the view of mistaking what is not the true self to be the true self. Number 4 is the view of mistaking what is not a state of purity to be a state of purity. This one, if without explanation, you cannot understand. The way they phrase it is difficult for you to understand. An easier way will be like what we always go through. I share the Dhamma with you all in a different way so that you understand. So the first wrong view is taking whatever that arises within life to be something permanent, like your poverty, your wealth, your health, your whatever, loved one, everything. You want them to be lasting because you believe these are important possessions, you own them. So you want them to be permanent, like your youth, your health. May this body of mine be forever young. Don't get old, don't get sick, and don't die. So taking the impermanent to be permanent is a serious wrong view. Because within the conditioned world, everything is condition arising, dependent originating. That's why this body goes the way of nature. Because everything that manifests, there is a birth, then there is a growth phase, then there is a decaying phase, then after that it ceases. In fact, almost everything is like that. For us also same, the plant also same. whatever that arises and turn into existence will follow the 2-phase, 3-phase or 4-phase process. 2 means like our breath. The birth and death of the breath. When you breathe in, it arises. Then when you stop, it dies actually. Cease. Then you breathe out. So the in and out breath is the birth and death of the arising and ceasing of the breath. Then your pulse of life also same, arise and pass away. Then my voice, it lasts longer. As long as I continue to speak, it arises, then it sustains itself because causes and conditions continue to arise. As long as I speak, this vibration, the voice you call my speech, they continue to arise. So the arising, the birth, sustenance. Then when I stop, cease. That is the 3-phase. Then the 4th phase is easy. Like any human being, any animals or whatever. Even our universe. The sudden arising, the Big Bang, boom, stop. Then from there, the first phase is the growing phase. There is a growth phase, like our human physical body. Upon birth, you will go through the what they call the growth phase, where we grew as a fetus in our mother's womb. Then we are born into the world. Then as a baby, we grow. Then we develop the movement, the activity. Then the growth phase is because of the growth hormone. Then we reach maybe puberty. Then we develop more maturity. Then when we reach certain age, the growth hormone like no more, means you stagnate. Then what happens? Decay, getting old, that phase will start. That's why there is such thing as birth, going through old age, sickness, and death. That's why the 4 phase. The arising, the growth phase, the decaying phase, and the ending phase. So these are the 4 phase movement, activity. So there is nothing permanent in this universe. When you see that with insight, you start to understand the profound teaching of the Buddha. What he meant by sabbe sankhara anicca, where all of sankhara is impermanent. And what are sankhara? They are mind-make, mental consciousness and its content. And this is the forerunner of all things, like the Buddha said. This mundane mind, which is the mano, is the forerunner of all things. When it arises, all things arise. So all of creation actually started from the consciousness. When consciousness manifests through its causes and conditions, the sense basis, together with the what they call the life force, or we call it the mind, the true mind, the what we call our inherent nature, and through the karmic force, it triggers off the life force that actually pumps the heart and activates the whole activity and movement. Then we have senses within our physical body. Then we have the blood, the prajna, everything, and the food we take to nourish this body. So together with this and our senses, we take in the sense data. So upon contact, like the physics experiment, the light bulb lights up. So the lighting up is like, it makes us conscious. Conscious of what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we tactily feel and think through our thought process. At the moment of consciousness, because we have developed a lot of knowledge, views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, through our memory, through our accumulated conditioning. And this is the one that input the content for us to react to what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we tactily feel and think. And that's how we know the world and how we function as a human being. Then your mental intention behind create the karmic process. And this is basically what happened. Then through this, it manifests into the universe, the external world. That's why we call it the existential world. And this is just phenomenal world of consciousness. Just like the moment of consciousness that arises, we are a conscious being, capable of consciousness. We can become conscious of what we see, hear, smell, taste, tactile feel and think. So these are the basis of life. But this is how we know the world. This is how we interact with the world. And this is how we use our thought process to create things, to manufacture things, to build things, to develop a lot of things. So all this arises through consciousness. And within consciousness, there is energy. That's why from this energy, it can manifest and transform into physical form, planets, everything. Because these are what we call form is trapped energy. Trapped means this energy can be released into very powerful energy. Like the scientist has came to know through Einstein's equation, E equals to mc squared. E stands for the energy it can release. M is the mass. So your mass can be very small. But the C is the speed of light. It's a very big entity. And the square of this, you know how big is the entity or not? That's why very small amount of this uranium isotope can release through nuclear activity and reaction a very powerful, last time they call atomic bomb. Now it's no more atomic bomb. It's talking about nuclear fusion, and the release is very much higher than the capability of the atomic bomb that they dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki during Second World War. Then later on they come to realize what we manage as humans to build, whether you call it nuclear bomb or neutron bomb or whatever, is still nothing compared to the fusion on the sun's surface. Understand? That star is mainly hydrogen and a few of the elements only, but the whole massive star, so much bigger than our Earth planet, is all in nuclear fusion activity, you know. The whole planet, no? Not only a small part of it where you develop a nuclear bomb, already so powerful, but this one. That's why the immensity of our universe is beyond comprehension. But all these are mind-made, come from mind. That's why our mind is very powerful. Yeah. So this is the part that I want to let you understand. So we go back to the notes. So the first part is taking the impermanent to be permanent. That is the first wrong view. Because everything that you come to perceive or observe within this existential world, universe, is never a permanent, unchanging entity. Everything. Even the new house, the table, or it will go through the what they call decaying process, understand? Then it will deteriorate. Then when causes and conditions cease to be, it will be gone. Sometimes they say the house is designed for many 100 years. But after 30 years, it's already shabby. A lot of problem already. Then if you happen to be unlucky, nature's disaster come, it can be swept away by all the, now you call it what? Feng Wang, the latest one, Philippines there, coming over to Taiwan now. Earlier on is don't know what, typhoon and hurricane, whatever. And most of the time in US, the West, they give it a female name, I don't know why. Katrina and all those things. Then, if you happen to be in the war zone, like Gaza or Ukraine, your home can be destroyed, just like nobody care. And all this is the reality. That's why it's all condition arising, cause of phenomena. When causes and conditions arise, things arise. Then when causes and conditions cease, the whole thing also ceases. It can be wiped off in just an instant, gone. Then tsunami, everything. So this taking the impermanent to be permanent is a very serious, inverted, wrong view. Because this human being, our form and mind, is also impermanent, not a permanent, unchanging entity, which you can say, this is me, this is I, therefore all this can be mine. No such thing. There is psychiatry, self-delusion. If you cling on to that, you suffer. Where you believe this body belongs to you, what happened? It goes the way of nature. You worry about it getting old, getting sick and die. That's why the Buddha said, you have to contemplate. This noble truth or dukkha is to be understood. We have to contemplate into birth, old age, sickness and death. Why did the Buddha say the first four reality of life and existence, which is birth, old age, sickness and death, is suffering? You have contemplated into it, you have reflected deep into it, really, it's suffering. It's not easy. And recently, I think, a lot of Kayamita also gone through this phase, witnessing their parent going through old age. And it's not easy to develop the understanding to confront them. By the way, maybe I make use of this Tuesday class session to also let you all develop the understanding. Actually, Brother T.K. Lim, T.K. Chan, Singapore, like I shared with you all last time, he got a mother very old, I think 95 or what. But for the last few years, quite bad. Then recently, I think last month or what, he heard the talk I shared with Padma Suri regarding Padma Suri sharing. The father, also 95, now bedridden, also a lot of the senses fail already. And that is the reality of going through life, aging. And if we cannot understand, we develop a lot of wrong view, we suffer. And we really will be afflicted. Where is our parents. So all this is not easy to confront. Then later maybe I will share further the detail, which can be very helpful to a lot of Kalmita. Because yesterday, I think, DK texted me. He said, Bertil, thank you so much for all the advice, everything. He said, my mother has finally passed away peacefully. Then I tell him, which is very good, we will do whatever we can on my part. Then after that I say I will invoke power of Mary, because the mother have good parami. DK actually helped the mother a lot. Despite her condition, she tried to bring the Dhamma to the mother, invited me to Singapore maybe 2 or 3 years ago to have this Dhamma talk, house dana, and he brought the mother, the relative, the wife, the loved ones, everything. And they really did it very well. Then they looked after her, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of piety. Then he also wrote to me, not easy, without the Dhamma really, not easy to understand and endure all this. Then finally, after many conditions to explain and guide him, he developed good understanding. Then he has good parami. That's why, because of that incident, I actually advise him quite a lot of things also. There is less than the Surangama Sutta class until yesterday is less than 1 month. Less than 1 month. Then when he told me about the mother's condition, I said, you don't worry, you can still help her. Then he thought hearing cannot really, put chanting also no use. I said, no. The chanting can actually create a very conducive environment within your house and her vicinity. And that vibration can actually transform the place. Then the faith that she developed actually can be enhanced. Then the hearing may not be there, but when a person is about to die or going through that final phase, they don't need the organ to listen on. Actually, the pure awareness inside, the pure consciousness, that one can be aware without the senses. I came out before, and on its own, it can actually develop. Then sometimes through their senses, when their senses is without thought and without all this craving force disturbing them, it can slowly release out. And they can hear you actually. They can see and perceive a lot of things, but their body cannot, beyond their control already. So I say, you have felt piety, hold her hand, express your gratitude, thanks, felt piety, everything. It is helpful. And because of that, I say, not only him, Papa Suri now going through earlier on, Brother Tune, the father also 90 something. Nowadays the parents are very long age, long life. Our Mrs. Ho also very long life, 87 to 88 already, but healthy. Then recently, Man Yan called me. After the father actually recovered from the that day she shared with us that I think before she fly off to Chihuahuan, the father was not well actually, but finally Man Yuan have the causes and condition understanding and advised him to take Panadol. Actually he had headache and all. Then miraculously he recovered though. Then Man Yuan got to come back from the retreat very happy. Then yesterday, he called me, he texted me, sorry. Said, Brother, my father fell. At that age, 80 plus, fell, not good sign. So I say, don't worry, yeah? Just take care of him. Then they did an X-ray, the hip bone. I think the joint there. You call dislocated or crack. So they had to put something there, need operation or something. So I say, these are the reality of life and existence. Then the doctor told the father and my child, at least 2 months to recover. But these are the reality of life and existence. Getting old is a phase where every living being has to endure. That's why whatever you need to endure, you endure with wisdom, with understanding. Then there is no suffering actually. Of course, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of patience, a lot of understanding. But whatever you do, like the Buddha explained, these are wholesomeness, full of piety, goodness. So for TK's case, also very good. All the Kayamita, they understand, they do their duty. Then for Manyon also, take care of the parent. And she also quite strong, alone with the brother. Then, like TK, the moment I told him I will invoke power of merits, then tonight's class, after the class, remind me to share merit, transfer merits to the mother. I say I will invoke power of merits because early on the mother did a lot of wholesomeness when I was there. Then she made a lot of donation and offering also in the mother's name, the family's name. Then because I mentioned that he was full of gratitude, then he wanted to help the mother further. So she donated 2,000 to our Kayana Metta Fund in the name of the mother. I said, Sadhu, let us rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So at the meantime, we just low profile. No need to make the announcement or what, because I think he doesn't want this thing to suddenly everybody know. So you keep it to yourself first. But because of today's sharing and the topic, and what I forwarded to him earlier on, and all this happening, means the nature is such, it meant to be. For Kayamita now, this is the phase where you all can learn about the first noble truth, reality of birth, old age, sickness and death, to profoundly understand all this. So all this is part and parcel of nature's condition. And it turned out very beautiful. So later on I see how it goes. Then when the timing is appropriate, I will share them. Then the other thing is, you see, about the Dhamma, the Buddha got a very beautiful saying, Anicca Vata Sankhara. You heard of that phrase? I read to you all. This is, every time somebody passed away, even during the Buddha's time when his own son, bitten by the python, passed away, he will contemplate this phrase. So I read to you, then you can learn more. Okay, the Pali version is Anicca Vata Sankhara Upada Vaya Dhammino Upajitwa Nirojanti Tesam Upasamo Sukho. So the English translation is, that is what the Buddha wants you to understand. Don't take the impermanent to be permanent. So Anicca Vata Sankhara means impermanent, alas, are all conditioned Dhamma. That's why everything within the conditioned world is conditioned Dhamma, not a permanent unchanging entity. They are of the nature to arise and pass away. Having been born, they all must die or cease. The coming of conditions, via this understanding of impermanence, is true happiness, true Dhamma understanding and wisdom. So this part is very beautiful. Then the other thing that I earlier on sent to TK is the same contemplation that Buddha actually gave when he was asked where the son passed away, like I told you. The king happened to be nearby. So the king asked, "What is it that you are burning?" He said, "My son, he passed away." So the king said, "Oh, your son, and you didn't cry, Must be a very naughty son." He said, "No, he's a very good son. A lot of understanding all those things." Then he said, "Why don't you cry?" Then he said this phrase is very beautiful. You wait, I'm trying to get it. In fact, I gave the same advice to Brother TK too. I think yesterday he said, "Good afternoon, Brother Teo," he said, and Mahasadhu. Then he said, "I would like to inform you my mom had passed on year to date, and now is waiting to receive her at home." Then I replied, I said, "Message noted, will invoke power merits for her later well-being, and sadhu to you all for taking care of her so well. Great Philippine, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu." Then I wrote this message. I said, "Whatever that is of the nature to arise is also of the nature to cease. That which is born has already come to pass. So no amount of sorrow and lamentation can bring back the dead." Then I said, "Strive on with heedfulness." Then he replied, "Sadhu, Kan'en, rejoice and all things." Then he said, "Respect and gratitude for the ever tireless and unwavering determination to share the true Dhamma." Then he said, "On behalf of my mom, she is making a donation of 2,000 ringgit to Brother Teo Kayamitafan. As per se, I will be contacting Brother Hsuan to transfer the amount." That's why we rejoice just now. Then I say, "Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu." Then after that, I sent him the message by the Buddha, Anicca Vata Sankara, all those things. So when you understand all this, then you will know how to confront them. Because, like the Buddha said, he told the king, he said, "Whatever that is of the nature to arise is of the nature to cease or pass by. Then what has been born into this world has already passed. So no amount of sorrow and lamentation can bring back the dead. So why must you cry? Understand? Remorse or no use. You do what you have to do. Understand? You need to cremate, you cremate. You need to set out whatever." Then the king don't believe him. He said, "Maybe you are a man, you no emotion, no mother's love." He said, "You're more strong." Then he asked the wife. The wife replied exactly the same. Because he just gave the message after the son died to somebody who passed by, going back to the same village. He said, "You drop by, tell my wife, today bring food for only 3, he said. Then bring some perfume, flowers and all those things." Then the wife straight away know already, one of the child has passed away. And he came with the thing, without any tears, nothing. That's the understanding of a cultivator who has the Dhamma. So all these are possible. Okay, so with this we continue. So a lot of things that we experience or we perceive as something that is like permanent, just like this human life of ours, we thought we can live very long. But the reality is everything is dependent, originating, condition, arising, causal phenomena, karmic behind. So when you see all this reality, as I sabbe sankhara niccang, sabbe sankhara dukkhang, you want things your way, which is not nature's way, you suffer. Then sabbe dhamma anatta. Anatta means not only non-self, it's not a permanent, unchanging entity. That's why it's impermanent. And because it's impermanent, there is no reality. He know you, he know me. So empty nature of existence. That's why I say think also like that, don't think also like that. Whatever arises, there are just causes and conditions behind, no reality. Then like I go through the present moment is the only reality and the highest in life. But how stable is the present moment? Split second is day and gone. And that is the only reality, So how real can life be? When you see that, when you insight into all this, then you realize it's not what you think. Your memory, your knowledge, your conditioning, your belief system, it's just the bundle of memory up there. That one will not follow you. Only the karmic imprint follow you. That one, when this form and mind separate from the consciousness, they say you die. You actually didn't really die. What happened is consciousness separate from the physical. And the physical with the memory and the brain, this one go with nature. Understand? That's why most people cannot recall. Not to say what their past life is. Even this life, very old happening when you are very young. Certain part that you have, maybe some good memory of it, you can retain, understand? But it's all very weak. Then sometimes a lot of things happen which you don't really have proper awareness of it or imprint of it, because it doesn't really concern you. Actually, you cannot recall. Then sometimes certain people meet you, you say, oh, like I have met you, but I don't know where. I don't know what's your name and all that thing. Because memory is like that. Then when you get old, you got dementia worse. All the new things that happen, you also forget. Like my neighbor earlier on, when he was near to 90 years old. The wife actually not easy to take care of him. Actually they scared he cannot drive already. So they actually sold off his car. He got 2 cars. But he cannot remember they sold off his car. So one day, he saw me outside the house morning. Then he called me. He said, he speak in Mandarin, Taiwanese. Hey, 张先生，你有看到我的车吗？ So I didn't know. I said, 没有啊，你的车没有拿去 workshop 哦？是没有啊。I said, then when was the last time I asked him that you did manage to see your car? He said, morning still have. He said, 早上还有。I said, cannot be. Then I said, okay, there's a guardhouse there with the camera facing our side, I know. So I said, I take you to the guardhouse. Then go and check the video. I spent almost 1 hour plus there looking with him. Then suddenly I realized, I said, can I call your wife? I said, so I call. Then when I told the wife, I said, he told me what? 哎呦，张先生不好意思，你不要听他了，那个车早就卖掉了 a few months ago. And he keep on repeating that his car is missing, like somebody stolen and all things. That is the reality. Then sometimes they go out, they cannot remember how to come home and all those things. Okay, we go back to the notes. Otherwise, the sharing, not much time left. I have to end already. Okay, the 2, 3, and 4 I will explain later. Yeah? So we stop here. We mark this page. Yeah? I think the Chihuahua San PG has shared, Manyon has shared, then who else has shared? NB also shared already. So now, Song, Sis Poh Lian, Alicia, and Elsie. Who else? Only the 4 of them. Jin, how didn't go? Oh, otherwise you can share also. Okay.
Good evening, Brother Teo, Mrs. Teo, and all Kalamitas.
Yes.
我要讲什么？Okay, Brother Teo, they all say that the trip is upon my request.
Yeah.
Okay, Brother Teo, 我会掺华语，因为有一些时候
用华语没事。
可是我觉得可是travel 在某一些地方的时候。阿松有跟我讲到，我也没有立刻 analyze，but much later 我才 come to this。他说他们到的时候是晚上了啦 ，evening 了啦 ，like late afternoon whatever。然后他们就第二天有一天 full day 咯，full day， 然后再多一天他们早上就离开啊，都晚来啦早上。说我听了就没有什么，后来我才想，The condition started from there, you know, because they visit not full 九华山。对。So Alicia come back and say 还要再去 ，is here, is here. And I say, 我也要去。That's how the whole thing. So it's from there they themselves, you know. 他们没有去到一个 full 九华山。
Yeah 啦 ，the full tour because 你一天 actually 不够的。So meant to be, not only you suggest the condition is such, some beings also want you all to go there, and your parami and your affinity with the 地藏王菩萨 actually manifests also. That's why you all will make that trip. Then it's also meant to be. Actually, Alicia contacted me and asked my wife whether we're free to join you or not. So initially I said I will let her know, but send me the itinerary and all things. Then what happened was I already been there before. Then I got the Qingdao trip. Then after Qingdao trip is quite a lot of activity actually. We have our gathering of Kanyamita, all those things. Then we also have to prepare for a few things because on my side, my son gave birth to a son, so I have my first grandchild. So things become like more busy. I had to attend to quite a lot of things. So because of that, causes and condition is such as it. Never mind, then I told Alicia, you all go on your own. Then I didn't know that the 8 or 9 of you all were all Kayamita, our side or no. Then I knew already. That's why that night, the Tuesday before you all go, I said, the trip will be beautiful. It's like meant to be. That's why everything fall into place. Then you all know how to request for the guidance and all those things. And seek the blessings and all that. And all these are very helpful. It created the causes and conditions for what is pending and meant to be. That's why everything turned out conducive, beautiful, and like very, very rewarding and very beneficial. And a lot of you all develop strong faith, strong internal transformation, especially those who cultivate and can have the ability to detect nature's energy and cultivate this energy in whatever energy within the environment and the nature. So all this is like clear sign that manifests. Then because of that, a lot of you, in fact all of you who went, you receive whatever benefits and blessings based on your whatever conditioning that you have. And all this is just the way Dhamma is. When you cultivate appropriately, correctly, you will have the conscious and condition to join all this type of trick. Then it will turn out well. You continue. Apart from that, you can go into your itinerary and your...
Brother Teo, 我要感谢 Alicia 和阿松还有曼燕那些 MV。Alicia 当我们都知道他 before 我们去，他已经做了很多 homework。
Yeah, a lot of homework, a lot of planning. And she very meticulous also. Because like I went with her to a few trips that she organized and took me and my wife along. It's all very well planned and very meticulously planned. In fact, she took us to Macau, I remember, Macau. Then to this Philippines. Then later on it was Hokkaido. Hokkaido was a very good trip. Philippines was a very good trip. Then you eat Myanmar, Myanmar, the Shadagon and all say. Then the best one was this Switzerland. It's not easy to plan a quite whole country, And he managed to locate the Airbnb landlady, the Korean lady, who is very knowledgeable with how to travel. So he discussed a lot with him. Then we together refined the program. Then I just helped her to mitigate the unnecessary risk and danger that may happen. So I said, pay a bit more, charter the vehicle, the MPV or whatever, we travel properly, because you can save a lot of money, because we bought the 2-week ticket or what, the train ticket. You can actually make use of that train ticket, which is free, but there are connecting part where you got to go by bus with all the luggage, and all of us are not young, so it's not advisable. Then on the way to airport back also same, you have to a short distance, I think by bus or don't know what, then go to a train station, or by train, sorry, then go to the with the luggage. Then when you want to go to airport, we were told there are 3 or 4 terminals there. We are new. Which terminal we go also we don't know. If the train land where also we don't know. So I say, in order to avoid all those things, we book MPV. Then we pay a bit more, which is worth it. Because very funny, the weather all very good throughout. Then last day I want to go airport. Early morning. Luckily we booked the MPV. Rain. Actually when we come out, we were slight drizzle. Then we go out. Then when the driver took us, as he traveled, the rain started pouring. That was the only time. Then when near the airport already, the driver asked us, Terminal 1 or Terminal 2? Then luckily Alicia got the ticket there, read Terminal 2. If the driver easy, and I said, he knows, so he sent us there. Then everything fall into place, turn out to be. That's why all this will happen. And she can plan very well. And she can do all the booking very well. That's why you should actually thank her. Yeah? She spent a lot of time. Then of course Man Yuan also helped my trip there. Yeah, he's Bank Nagara, you know. He all the foreign currency, or we asked him to, because he got this card, wise. We also, because of Alicia and her, I also have the wise card. So with the wise card, very good. No? You travel, whether train or bus or rail, you just tap on, go out, tap, go up, tap. It's like an international card, and you can pay for your bill, everything, and the rates are good rates, quite near the spot rate. That's why it's all meant to be. You are right to thank Alicia, Maya, and Song and Ingbi, where they all help out. And you need this type of people. As Kayamita, when we travel, it's a collective group effort. There's a lot of people who volunteer and do all this spiritual trip and retreat with me, or even the Clang Talk recently organized by Nancy, where every year she organized. It was very well done, very well done. And they all really take the trouble to plan. By the way, Nancy, thank you so much. This t-shirt very nice. Fit me exactly. Presented by the Clan Kayamitas. So Nancy, thank you so much. Okay, you continue.
And 他其实就是做了很多 and the background and then 去到那边他也是做很多。他有一个东西是有一点吓到我，是第一次我看到就是我们从一个庙出来啊，就是然后就 so sometimes we hear bye bye there bye bye, sometimes you come out you don't know the rest go where. So I saw her, she do like like that, you know, pointing us.
So guiding you all along.
我就觉得哇 Alicia 使唔使做到咁樣這樣？But 那個 gesture 其實對那些後來出來的人 is very helpful.
Very
you don't know these people going where, so 他就是這樣那個我就哇，他做得好像這樣子，這樣所以很好。然後阿松呢就 on the ground。他就好像我有笑說，他就好像顧着我們後面那些後宮娘娘 no in the palace you know， 全部他顧着。
Then also in charge of Kayamita Fund, donation everything.
他東跑西跑，他也有跑，因為有時候他去找人 ，Alicia 也有跑，因為他去找 information。So 看到他們全部在跑，然後我覺得
你們自己搭 bus 很厲害不容易在中國。But you know Mandarin then not so bad PG 就慘了。
然後就看到說。其實我們在整個 trip we are very 相親相愛。
a lot of harmony。
我在某一個時候，我覺得我們因為少少的人，反而你就看到 ，actually at any place anytime 你都會注意到，全部人都在 look after 有沒有8個人，有沒有8個人，有沒有8個人。
Because Kayamita is like that. That's why our Kayamita is different from other people.
對。
You cannot see the misunderstanding and selfishness. You can't see one. They are like very sincere, and they really go all out to help and develop all this understanding through the cultivation. And they have the embodiment of the Dhamma understanding, especially the Four Noble Truth and the Noble Eightfold Path. Colin, come. Very good. Join us, come. Sis Poh Lian, continue.
說到我自己，我可以知道我在開始的 trip 從 airport 我就帶着很大的不甘願。Basically 我看到 luggage 很多人拿很大個的 luggage， 然後我就嘎叽咕嘎叽
But your bus is very big one, no problem.
然後因為我跟他送的 luggage 是最小的，我就嘎叽咕嘎叽，我就冇眼睇。Until 我看到阿松鑽進那個，他 practically 他就是鑽進去那個 bus 下面的那個洞for luggage。The moment 他看到他整個鑽進去，我看不到他，我就跟我自己講。 我要帮他。
然
后我就跟他讲，我说你的因为他拿这个钱的，然后他要拿一个 small backpack，我就跟他讲，你的 small backpack 给我，然后你的 luggage 出来我帮你看着，因为我的东西小，我觉得 physically 我是有一些 strength compared to some people，我就这样跟他讲。那时候后来我就跟他讲，我帮你什么。
他的 pouch very important with all the money there。
因为他中间的时候他就是拿那个钱，拿那个 backpack 你知道吗？我就跟他讲。然后后来我就发现到后来我的 degree of 不甘愿是越来越低的啦。我可以知道在那个OK， 我也看到我们有一些 hiccup。Alicia 有 encounter 我们的第一个 hotel for 4 nights 的九华山，那个 payment 不顺，可是后来 I think 他一直跟 hotel 的人有 dealing，also settle。另外一个就是我们要离开九华山的时候，那个 luggage by right 我们是要去 scan and look for 那个 locker 的，然后就也是有 hiccup，somehow 我就看到哇，最后也是 settle beautifully
You must know how to resolve issue amicably, so that there is no unnecessary misunderstanding. Because like what we develop as understanding, actually the whole of existence is not easy.Without Dhamma, without understanding, your problem is a reality. There got such thing as live life without problem. The first noble true reality already told you all the possibility of suffering and misery, and they cover all aspects of human life. So without the Dhamma, you should entangle on. To confront old age, sickness, and death also not easy already, including birth.Then to confront relationship with people, with society, environment, with humanity, not easy. And a lot of misunderstanding come from the lack of Dhamma understanding to resolve issue amicably. Then the karmic conditioning, all these things, they will manifest. That's why without the Dhamma, it's not easy.When you travel, if you have good condition, it's real blessing, because this is not everybody has one. Don't take it for granted. A lot of people actually encounter a lot of problems when they travel, and a lot of people actually lost their passport, a lot of problems. Then snatch thief, steal their thing and all this thing. Then accident.With a lot of it. So you have the good blessing to have good causes and conditions when you travel, and everything like meant to be, like you are very blessed, the weather very conducive, they take care of you, then like everything is like meant to be and happen for a good reason.Then whatever you encounter, like you mentioned, all these are very minor, and it can be resolved. And like what I used to share with you all, I got one friend, Sam, is it? Whatever money can solve is not a problem. So resolve it. Continue.
哎呀，我一个忘了。
不用紧
还有什么？OK。我 basically 在2个 temple 哭过。然后我有一个 temple 我在 main shrine 哭了，好像出来了，我又不甘愿，又跪在那个 airwell 那边又在哭。But I think 是这个的哭，后来我在车上慢慢的，我就发现到说，好像我哭了。因为以前有人问过我，你哭了你会比较舒服吗？我讲 no。那么这一次我就坐在巴士里面，然后我就忽然间 feel 感觉到说，好像是我哭完之后，我的心比较 light。好像比较，因为我发现我在巴士里面有讲1、2句话 with the driver，然后就发现，好像我的心比较。
心态好很多了。
那种心好像比较。然后第二次在那个 地藏王菩萨的脚那个大 on the air 那个哭完之后，我也是在车里面，后来慢慢，好像我比较 light 一点，我的心好像没有这样。
那边满月也是哭是吗？
对，在那边，我就觉得好像我的心没有这样 heavy 然后好像那个地藏王菩萨的那个舍利子的那个 temple 偏肉身殿
肉身殿，
满月可能他 feel 到说很舒服，他也 meditate， 我就坐在他旁边 meditate， 我就根本就没有 feel 到什么，然后我还脱开眼睛看他，我就那个时候我的 meditation 就他们全部都讲很 still， 可是我就是不 still 我是 the other way round，
因为你没有 train go stable 的 inner awareness but 不用紧的。Later on, like I said, wherever you go on spiritual trip, silence your mind. Don't be so curious. 看东看西 that one will make you heedless. So you just have faith, silent. Then when you silent, the thing come. 你不要去给他的思想来 lure you into thought activity.
然后因为去那些地方有时候很多人，你要等那些位置去拜拜
You must have the patience. Like Manyuan say, he sent me the photo of the altar. He said it was so crowded though, but he managed to take a shot without any visitor. It turned out so beautiful, and he was full of joy. He said, surprisingly, I can take this shot. 你 continue
就有时候我们 sometimes when conditions just right 有时候就有 sharing， 就有人教我咯，说就有时候不用说因为because 我讲我有称呼做这些 Buddha and Bodhisattva wrongly call their name, you know. So you know, I see this one with the rope 好像是观音这样 even is at the place supposed to be in January is Puja， 所以我就拜观音，拜得很爽了起来走过去2步 ，Oh my God， 观音在那边几大个 ，the next one
没事的More important is your reverential salutation and your faith. You call by the wrong name, no problem. It's not the image, it's your mind. Understand? When you are on spiritual trip, it's your mind. So sometimes you don't have to worry. That's why today you see all the good friends, the small fellow we bought. It make it complete now. So the brown one is Junti Pusa now. So everything is there already. Then we got Wensu also. Well, my wife also wanted Wensu. Actually, at Utaisai, he also have the intention to buy. But when we were there, we saw all the good friends were there, whatever that we did. And we buy. And the miniature is so beautiful, can go in. Otherwise, too big, cannot go in. The altar full already. And you go and see the carving, everything, the mold, very beautifully done. So it's meant to be. So don't worry about calling their wrong name. It's the faith more important. Then when you saw the big one, what do?
叫观音咯。
是咯。Pay respect, develop affinity. 就好像那天 PG 他们讲的 ，thank them for their blessing, protection and guidance, and develop the faith and request for their continued blessing, protection and guidance. Then your tears will move you, will develop the understanding for you to actually make all these requests. And because you have requests before, that's why this line, especially where there is sasana condition arise, you will be there. That's why you all can cry and all those things. But this is what you requested, what you all actually make in the past. So when affinity and causes and condition manifest, you will be there. Then insight will know. Your memory and your brain will not know. That's why insight will create the compassion, the tears, the whatever movement. And this is what understanding of cultivation is all about. Without all this understanding, all this cannot manifest. Okay, continue. What else?
还有什么？OK， 有一个 temple， 我在后来他们这些top student 就教我们，就有时候不需要 silent， 就是拿起手拜拜，站着也好，蹲着也好，就拜拜。所以有时候就
When you fold your palm, that is silent already.
对 silent.
Because that posture, that mudra, actually create the energy into your heart area. And this is how the faith, the reverential salutation. That's why sometimes you see on spiritual trip, if too many people crowded, I will not kneel down. I just silent. Then I radiate my metta, then I pay my respect. But I don't have to do the bowing. It's from the heart. Then I will express my gratitude and thanks towards all those great beings. Then request for their continuous blessing, protection, and guidance. Then I will share merit, transfer merit, all beings. Then especially Dhamma protectors and all the whatever cultivator of the way that have affinity with us. Then I will normally share whatever I have. If they have the causes and conditions and affinity, they may also draw from their nature. Because I know when I travel nowadays, especially after 1989, there are cultivators who can sense my nature's energy, and they also draw. And you also, when you attend class, you also will know. Then at the Klang talk, not the talk, the lunch there, I remember, they were asking me some questions. Then I actually reply. When I reply, one of the Kayamita, I think it's Brother Gan. You know what he said after that? Oh, Brother Teo, the moment you start to express the Dhamma, your energy is so strong. Straight away he detected. And a lot of those cultivators, they can detect actually. Because when your heart already activated, especially your inner awareness nature stabilized, you can detect. That's why I say pay respect, do the bowing, develop the faith. And there's an energy when you fold your palm, Anjali, there's an energy pointing towards your heart or no, without you knowing or no. And this is the one I remember in the early days. It starts to activate my heart. Then after that I realized, I also can be sensitive. I can also detect energy. That's why when this Acharya he came, his energy was so strong. And I can detect it. That's why I have faith in him, and I know. At that time he was very different. He was really beautiful, and the Dhamma is like meant to be. Those are the things that I need at that time. Then as I travel also I realize as this heart open up, more and more things happen. So have faith, Sis Poh Lian. Develop more awareness within silence. Then just pay your respect, develop the faith and all things. Don't be too curious and look here, look there, lost everything and become healers. But this is a habitual tendency. Some are karmic obstruction that need to be cleared. So continue to ask for forgiveness because of your condition. You have cleared most of it, but there are still some that you need to clear. Then develop the faith. Then the gratitude. Express your thanks, gratitude, all those things. Then determine to cultivate, to go the way of Dhamma. Okay? You continue.
In one of the temple, I also cannot remember which one. 我有 only few seconds 我可以 feel 到我的 right upper arm 整个 solid 的 flesh 里面有 vibration 然后我没有去想东西啦，只是 few second. Then I think one day, a few days later, 我就自己这样想到，哦 ，maybe my arm was injured 啦，injured 过 that part. So 它就是 vibrate internally 啊
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
feel the whole arms internally.
Yeah. Actually, it's the energy trying to help you heal. It will happen on. Like last time I told you, I fell when I was young, my back here. So when I meditate, the stillness energy went there and try to like relieve it. But it's like for those who understand, it's a waste. These are meditative wisdom energy. You use it to heal all this. But no harm, because it can be done on understand. Because the body is a body, and the body sometimes certain places got your injury, or we call it the chi flow get blocked, understand, because of those injury. Then they need to clear. If they don't clear, your what they call meditative flow of chi and energy will be restricted. So all this can happen, which is good. Then after that, what happened?
Basically, these are the experience. Every time when I go Cameron Highland 还是去哪里 retreat 都好啦，or China spiritual trip 回来 ，Brother 每次都讲说，一两天你会
很累，very tired. Just rest.
我呢就每次回来，even 我去 overseas 有 check 我回来都没有这些东西。I very immediately 我就会 come back to 我的 Malaysia routine or whatever。But 这次我回来就不一样，我就2天好像睡觉的 pattern 也怪怪咯，然后整天就好像 body 在家里不懂怎样，我就有个感觉，怎么我就是好像 bro 就讲的那种。他
要你 silent 去 rest， then only that thing can actually recuperate and develop the movement inside for you.
我就有睡觉啊。然后再
You must know how to relax. You don't know how to relax, 它不能够静的。你 know how to relax, very soothing one, very wonderful one, and you feel very good. After that, you really recuperate. But must have enough rest. Otherwise, your physical body can actually develop unnecessary problem.
So the first night 回来，我都3点多才睡觉。So the next 另外一个晚上就是拜一晚上就忘记了几点睡觉。然后我记得我2点多我有起来 go toilet, and then the next thing 是我知道我被痛弄醒。Before this 我都觉得我的心好像有一点不对路这样的啦。那么那一天after two something 应该是3 o'clock 之后我就睡下去，我去 toilet 就睡了。然后 I don't know what time, I don't bother， 我就是醒起来的时候我就知道我的心很痛。我的心很痛。我就没有想到 spiritual， 我就想到 physical。
You don't know how to relax。
我就想来的以前阿松也是讲过他有心痛，我想要去看not now 啦，我觉得这样我的心真的不对哦，以后可能要去 specialist check 哦。Then at the same time 我就 hopefully my mind is thinking that 快点 subside 这样这样可是他也是蛮痛哦。So I think maybe 5 minutes later 他的痛就 reduce 了，然后他一 reduce， 我是很爱睡觉的人，他一 reduce 我又睡着了。
Good. Because your posture when you sleep earlier on must be wrong, press against something. Otherwise you cannot be like that one. So when you feel that you can sleep, you better relax into it and sleep. Your sleeping is the best way to recuperate your nature's energy through the life force. It will heal you. It will go through all the organs and recuperate. Then if you are a meditator, you know how to silence. It will activate your nature within the heart area there. That's why this pure awareness, nature within, is very important. You have stabilized it, developed it, then you can make use of it. Very useful, very helpful. Okay? Jita relax, 放松, then enjoy. That was what my last guy told me. Meditation is just silent. No need to do anything, no need to know anything. Relax, enjoy. Why? Because tranquil, peaceful. The inner peace, inner tranquility and stillness. So beautiful, that mind state. You don't know how to be with it. You only need to relax into it. Whatever arises, relax into it. Then your nature will move. When you relax means what? The mundane mind not active. When the mundane mind not active, there is no resistance to your nature's energy moving and flowing. If your mundane mind is active with the fear, worry, anxiety, the pain, the boson, the nature's energy cannot come and heal you and help you recuperate. That's why you must know how to relax. Relaxation is key, number one, to progress. A person who cannot relax cannot meditate. Yeah? That's all.
No, I mean the person who cannot relax is me.
Oh, no wonder you put up your hand. Yeah, so learn. Relax is very easy. Like you dead lah. Dead man cannot do anything. Correct or not? If you are dead, you cannot respond. How itchy, how painful also cannot respond. Silence. Then everything will flow. Your meditative energy all will flow. Then your stillness, your tranquility, your silence, they will develop. Actually, meditation very easy. Relax, maintain awareness. No need to know. No need to send your mind out to do all those heedless thinking, unnecessary verbalization and so-called analysis. When you verbalize and chatter, there is a waste of energy, because there is delusion, fear, worry, anxiety, and also habitual tendency, reaction. So every moment of consciousness and its content, the mundane activity, is a draining away of your energy. When there is no thought, you conserve a lot of energy. Your thought is actually energy. Your fear is intense energy, negative energy some more. Your worry, your anxiety, your restlessness, your insecurity, all these are negative energy, phobia, everything. Then sometimes your anger, your hatred, also very negative energy. That's why when you know how to relax, silent, all these emotions cease. Because when you are aware, the awareness is your original, pure awareness, nature. And that is your true mind. So when you're silent, all this anger, emotion, or mind state, which are dependent originating, they will cease. Because no more thought means no more thought energy to create this emotion and movement, be it fear, selfishness, anger, envy, jealousy, all this cease. Then when you feel it ceasing, that is the beginning of meditative wisdom. Then you realize it is so cool, so tranquil, so still, so beautiful. The mind got no thought at all. Where can you find such mind state? And this is the bliss of meditative awareness. Then that nature inside there, which is so peaceful, so tranquil, and so still, is a complete opposite of the heedless mind that think a lot, worry a lot, create a lot of what they call emotion and unnecessary negative mind states. So all this, when you develop the understanding, you will vow not to go back to the heedless way of living. You will determine to train your mind to be aware, to develop the understanding of what this true mind is. So just silent, maintain awareness. Don't try to know, don't try to do anything. Completely relax. The art of relaxation is very important. You can go in very deep one, but you don't know how to relax, cannot go in. The mind keep on having activity. And behind it is always fear of something. Or your thought conditioning you, I cannot I'm not that liao, I don't have the good karma. You think like that, you sure cannot go in already. But when you have the faith, if other people can do, I also can do, you just relax, silent. Then it go in, it will go in. In fact, every great being, before they become great being, they also like everybody else, Hitlers, they also go through that mundane activity and process. But then as they develop the understanding and the training, they transform and they become different. And that's what cultivation is all about. Okay, 1 more minute, you summarize.
Bro 我在那个 temple 起源靠近我们住的地方，在他的 board 那边看到，我觉得有4个字是我会记得的，就是其中一个就是什么待人之劳 ，but the other one is 成人之美。成人之美 means people whatever people want， 我们帮他们做到。然后另外一个是劳是劳动 ，I think is people what we do for them or something。我觉得这2个字。另外一个我要 thank Sister Ingbi， 因为有一天不懂怎样发生什么事噻，他就跟我讲一句话，他讲他常常就用这个。可能是我有跟他讲说，我那个时候他就跟我讲说，他常常就以这一句话来他 use this term， 以静应万变，以 silent to 以静应万变，他讲他常常提醒他自己这一句话。
He used that to turn around，
以静应万变。
Because that is the meditation actually. Use the silence, the stillness within to transform whatever.
To face
That's why the third way of awareness-based meditation to overcome unwholesome thought, emotion, fear, worry, anxiety, anger is to silence away, which is the phrase that you mentioned Ingbi used. Ingbi is very good, I tell you. She actually learned the Dhamma the past 10 over years. She developed the understanding very well and she put it into practice in real life. And she can be in those states that not affected already. That's why it's Pacetang, the Dhamma, can be realized by the wise, each for themselves. Very good. You got encounter with Ingbi is your good blessing.
She's very cheerful in the third one.
The
other one is Cindy.
Cindy also.
Very cheerful.
The 2 of them, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sadhu, let us rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now we must remember to share merit, transfer merit. We would like to invoke by the power of whatever merits and wholesomeness that we have developed through this Tuesday class sharing and Dhamma activity, including the Puja, everything. We would like to dedicate this merits and wholesomeness towards the well-being of TK Chan's mother. And may she be well and happy always, and may this wholesomeness pave the way for her to receive more and more Dhamma understanding, so that all this understanding of the Dhamma can help her develop the wisdom to have a good life hereafter. And may she also have good cultivation from this life onwards. And we also would like to maybe 2 minutes of silence to radiate metta to TK's mother, Manyuan's father, for Manyuan's father is for his speedy recovery from his injury, his fall. Then for TK, we just, the mother radiate metta to them. Then also radiate this sharing of merit with all beings within this vicinity and the whole of Selangor, Malaysia, and our whole planet. Okay, be silent, 2 minutes. I set the alarm. So you're silent your mind. Radiate metta, then radiate the invocation of merits. Now you shall transfer merit and share merits. Then we will end the whole session. Akasata cha bhumata deva naga mahindika punyang tang anumoditva chirang rakantu loka sasana etta vata jamehi sampadan punya sampadan sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya idang menya tinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang menya tinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang menya tinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. It means, Devo satukalena sasa sampati hetu cha fito bhavatu loko cha raja bhavatu dhammiko. It means, punyang kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yawa nivana patiya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, you can now pay respect mindfully to Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and all the worthy ones. Then we end. Sadhu.